news with Gina.
The news with Gina Grad.
Well, first it was Jeffrey Toobin, and now Rudy Giuliani. What's going on, everybody? One of the stars of the new Borat movie, which is out this week, is Rudy Giuliani, and this is getting some hot press. So in the film, a woman invites Giuliani to her hotel bedroom for drinks after doing what he thought was a real interview regarding Trump's response to coronavirus. And during the run-in, Giuliani is seen, we have a picture, trying to remove his microphone, assisted by actress Maria Bakalova, who plays Borat's daughter. And Giuliani reclines on the bed, puts his hands down his pants, while the actress playing Borat's teenage daughter stands in front of him. Then Borat runs into the room shouting, "She's 15. She's too old for you." And this is getting a lot of hype. This is getting a lot of hype, obviously, because it looks like, Rudy doesn't know, he's being filmed and that this is fake. And he tweeted, "The Borat video is a complete fabrication. I was tucking in my shirt after taking off the recording equipment. At no time during or after the interview was I ever inappropriate," as he lounges back on his bed with his hand down.
I don't know if it's a complete fabrication. He's in the room.
Yeah.
It's not CGI.
Do we have a clip, or do they?
No, I'm just showing you the still.
They haven't.
It comes out the day this episode airs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm going to watch. What's it on? Showtime?
I think it's Amazon Prime.
It's Amazon Prime.
Yeah, he says, I don't know what the fuck he's doing in a hotel room with that chick. He says they pulled the mic out and he's tucking his shirt back in. I don't know if it means he's rubbing his junk or not. I don't think he's 76. How good is your junk at 76? It work pretty good?
You got to rub it a long time, I'd imagine.
Rub it a while?
They have pills for that.
Oh, okay.
You know what, though? I mean, I'm going to watch this movie. I love all of Sasha's characters. That nobody can debate that he's a genius. But I'm a little afraid to watch it because the older I get, the less I like to watch prank stuff.
Yeah, I get uncomfortable.
Really uncomfortable. Yeah, so like if it's Giuliani or a high-profile figure, that's one thing. But like just your everyday guy that you're kind of exposing, it just makes me, I don't know, it makes me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you the same way. I feel bad sometimes. I feel uncomfortable, and prank stuff feels weird. Although new season of Crank Yankers coming up. Just got
That's
the news.
Different.
Just got the
Those
news
damn
on that.
puppets are adorable.
So you guys I got to get some good Bircham themes going. I just found out. I just found out we're doing Zoom sessions. I don't even know.
Oh.
I don't even know how that works anymore. But that's the new world order.
But also with Crank Yankers, there's such a level of anonymity for the person on the other end. You don't see their face. We don't know where they are necessarily. They're not, it doesn't feel as invasive as something like this.
I used to hate. We used to do those on the Man Show, hidden camera shit. Yeah. And it was always uncomfortable. Like, it's funny, but it's uncomfortable. Maxipad, there's an episode of the Man Show, a bit we've never done, I think, where I got a job. I was posing as a gas station attendant, and it was all hidden camera shit. And I was the gas station attendant, and I was just fucking with old rich people, and I felt uncomfortable the entire time. On the other hand, if you don't sell out, you won't get the comedy.
That's true. That's true.
If you kind of half-ass it, then you might as well just not do it. Because you can just throw the whole fucking thing away if you just half-ass it. So unfortunately, there is you have to kind of go for the jugular. Otherwise, it's not going to be usable.
Well, and on the other hand, from being uncomfortable, the signing up to ban women's suffrage is hilarious. And I could watch that one over and over again. So there's just when you have a mark and you're super hyper exposing that person, it's just hard to watch. But, that kind of stuff.
The thing that was funny about the end women's suffrage is we had a crew. I mean, we had a big dude, a big cameraman with the full unit, the big beta unit, like on his shoulder, like the old news crews would have. And I remember one time, one of the irate guys, I like when the guys get irate. I like when guys get irate on women's behalf, and I like when white women get irate on ethnic women's behalf. I like when people do that cross-pollination of I'm defending you because I'm a hero. And I remember very clearly one of the guys going, "This is a joke. What is this, a joke? Some kind of hidden camera show?" And it's like, no, the guy 6'3" with the guy with the waffle stompers and the shorts that have zippers midway up the leg. That's huge camera. That's what we're filming you with. It's not a hidden camera show. All right, sorry, Gina.
So we will all look forward to that. And I'm sure we'll have lots to say about it.
Can I ask you guys a philosophical question about the hidden camera, or not the hidden camera? Sorry, the prank stuff. I'm with you. Like, it's just there's certain things feel icky or uncomfortable. However, does it? I can tell you, for me, it does. Does it for you guys feel very satisfactory when I'm thinking specifically of the scene in Borat #1 where he's with the racist frat guys from South Carolina in their RV, and he's asking them what's wrong with the country, and they're like immigrants and all this racist shit, and these fucking assholes tried to sue Borat, and the judge fucking tossed it out and was like, "Get out here." They claimed, their claim was they got us drunk, and they promised us it would never be shown in the U.S. That's not a defense. But however, does it not feel satisfying when the assholes get theirs?
I guess. I think it's a defense if they say if they get you drunk and they say they're not going to show it in the U.S. and they do. I mean, if they say
I don't think they proved their case.
Yeah, they probably didn't prove it. Oh, we got I like it. Look, listen, I like when John Stossel would bust the shitty transmission shop for gouging the other. Like, I'm all about that. Don't get me wrong. This is one we've never done before. I think it's a gas station.
Season 4, The Man Show.
Season 4, The Man Show. Me walking to the gas station.
Howdy, ma'am. Howdy, sir. You want me to pump that for you? Alrighty there, ma'am. I don't need a 5 cents. Oh. Happy motoring.
Oh, I think I undid her battery.
What happened?
I think you flooded it, ma'am. Yeah. Ma'am, can you just try it for me?
See, that's what I felt bad about. Poor little Asian lady.
What are you doing?
You tell me to
My hand was in the fan belt.
She didn't seem happy about
She
it.
is concerned.
Aston Martin DB7. This is way too much car for you broads. Oh.
All right. This is visual.
At what point did you tell them? Because I imagine they had to sign something.
Oh, God, I can't even remember.
You did tell them.
All I remember is that, oh, God. Yeah, you had to tell everyone and had to get them to sign. I just remember this one old lady who came by, and she was on empty, right? And so I said, "I'll fill it up for you." And she said, "Fine." And I put the thing in, and I gave her like half a gallon, and then I clicked it. And I'm like, "All right, well, there it is, $1.75. You'll be on your way." And she was like, "I was on empty. This car holds 18 gallons." I'm like, "Well, it clicked." And she's like, "Well, do it again." And I'm like, by federal law, I can't because the clicking means it's topped off. She's like, "Topped off? It's you put a gallon in my tank." And then I started getting hush. I was like, "I'll tell you what. Don't tell anybody. Just drive away. Just drive away like this didn't happen, and then just circle the block and then come back. Because you come back, I can start with a fresh tank. Okay, I can't go top it off." She's like, "Top it off? You didn't put any gas in." I know, but it clicked. The click doesn't lie. It clicked. Just pretend. You know what? People are looking at us now. Just drive off, come back, and I'll try it again. And I just remember that sort of insane scenario. All right, what else you got, Gina Grant?
All right. Well, The Washington football team, formerly known as the Redskins, won't be choosing a new name anytime soon. When the team dropped its racially insensitive name, the front office said it would take some time before considering a new name. Apparently, they need more time. Team president Jason Wright says there's a pretty good chance the franchise will just continue to be called the Washington football team through next season. He says it's important to engage the community and fans. We're also in the process of identifying the folks that should weigh in over time. We want this name and brand to represent the entire area, to represent the fan base, but to also attract new folks to this fan base. We want to grow this fan base as part of our new identity.
Well, let's not let what happened to that 70s show happen to the Washington football organization. Because that 70s show, they had names for it, like it was called like Teenage Wasteland and blah, blah, blah. But they kept referring to it as that 70s show. Like it was just on the card, and they'd go, we got to get a name for that 70s show. We got to come up with a name for it. And they just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And eventually they just went, fuck it. It's called that 70s show. So that could very well happen with the Washington football team, right?
Brian, you might know this. Isn't that how Cloverfield got its name for the movie?
I'm not sure about that, but that level of complacency, yes, is dangerous when it comes to the next thing you know, you're the Washington football team forever.
Right.
Yeah, Cloverfield was the name of the street that Bad Robot was on, so that was their code name, and they just ended up keeping it.
They just ended up keeping it. What else?
Well, some good TV news, hopefully. A Smokey and the Bandit TV show is in the works.
Yeah.
Not many details other than it's being developed by Seth MacFarlane, along with David Gordon Green and Danny McBride, and the creative team over at HBO that does Eastbound and Down, which is one of the greatest shows of all time. It's interesting since the title seems to be inspired by Smokey and the Bandit, and Eastbound and Down is the name of the show.
The song,
Right. It's unclear if the show will have any formal connection to the movie, but the TV show is in the works. So you now, Adam, have to go find out what's going on with Seth.
Well, not since BJ and the Bear have I been this excited about a truckers movie.
A TV show.
Yeah, a TV show, a series.
Oh.
I don't know. This may seem like a long shot. Can we get Daniel Day-Lewis to play Snowman? I'm spitballing, people.
Yeah, think big.
Ask the question.
Well, you don't get an answer unless you ask.
You miss all the shots you don't take.
I was watching Alex Gibney's new documentary, Totally Under Control, the other day about COVID and all that stuff. And the scene where they started to distribute the PPE scored to Convoy.
Oh, nothing better.
Wow.
Pretty great.
How crazy. Think about this. Think about the power of cinema in the 70s. No one has a monopoly on anything anymore, right? It's all, there's 2 million channels, there's 2 million docs, there's cable and YouTube. No one really has that monopoly anymore. But cinema in the 70s had a kind of monopoly, and, they put out a handful of movies, and you had to watch those movies. Those were the movies that came to your local theater, and those are the movies you and your parents went and watched. Cinema was so powerful for about this 2 or 3 year period in the mid to later 70s that they made Truck Driver a glamorous superhero, lady killer, ass kicking, tight jean
by his own rules
job. They took the job of driving a fucking truck and turned it into somewhere between like a sheriff and a stuntman. What? Now, I don't know how far Truck Driver have fallen down this sort of cool hero chain of command, but the mighty have fallen. And I'm just saying, look, I got nothing against truck drivers. I got nothing against poultry farmers either. But we took these guys and turned them into fucking heroes. There was Convoy. There was a movie just called CB. There was a movie with Jan Michael Vincent called White Line Fever, where he's truck. I mean, there was all these hero, and of course, Smokey and the Bandit. There's these like hero trucker movies. It's pretty insane that you could do that. On the other hand, you had You had society by the fucking short hairs. Like, I'm going to make a trucking movie. We're going to put it at the Lorena, the Guild, and the El Portal Theater for a year. And 11-year-old Adam Carolla, what are you going to do? Talk to your parents?
Yeah. What choice do you have?
What choice do you have? You're
Don't
watch
forget
it.
Over the Top.
Oh, Over the Top. Yeah. All right. White Line, could you find the trailer for White Line Fever? Because I'll probably laugh your ass off. And
a double entendre.
we are going to make a primetime series called BJ and the Bear. And it'll be about a guy. He's a trucker. He's got a monkey. His monkey is his navigator. And he's got these two hot blonde twin friends, and they're called Stacks because they got big jugs. There you go. Sounds like primetime ABC to me.
Greenlight it.
Green light it. All right. Sorry, Gina. Do we have the...
Oh, we have it. White Line Fever.
White Line Fever, 1975 trailer.
Carol Joe is back. Jerry waited 2 long years. Now it's time to make a life for themselves.
He's getting married, driving a truck, feeling good about himself.
He's an honest trucker who won't make deals.
You're not cutting deals.
Stuff I don't drive, huh?
That's right. Just keep your mouth shut and do as you're told.
Does what he...
Ran him off the road.
Boy, what pass for entertainment back there.
Whoa, they're shooting at him.
Right.
Pregnant Carol Joe.
All right. It froze on the points. You can imagine 2 hours of this.
Oh, boy.
Guess who has a small part in this?
Who?
Martin Cove.
Oh.
Really?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
That's great. Wait, are you telling me, because I don't know anything about this movie, it's called White Line Fever and he doesn't have a Coke problem?
No, but
Oh.
I was 10 years old and I had a problem because I had to watch this movie in the movie theater because what were my choices? Nothing.
Stay home and shit in a popcorn tin or go to the
Nah,
movies?
that wasn't for a number of years, but thank you.
No.
Come on.
Come on,
It's
Gina.
your future.
All right, what else we got, Gina?
Pope Francis just made a huge departure from previous Vatican doctrine. He's endorsing gay civil unions. In a documentary that aired in Rome Wednesday, he urged governments to give gay couples the same rights that heterosexual couples have. He says
They got no choice.
Homosexuals have a right to be a part of a family. They're children of God. They have a right to a family. Nobody should be thrown out or be made miserable because of it. It's a documentary called Francesco. Also addresses issues like the growing rich-poor gap, racism, climate change, and sexual abuse. This is the people's pope.
Fun.
Jesus Christ. Is nothing sacred anymore. Everybody's in the act. The Pope. Everyone's getting into the act. They're all getting into the act. I
What's
don't
the
know.
act in this case?
The act is progressive, cause-oriented. I just feel like, I don't know. I just want the Vicar of Christ with the thing, with the smoke coming out of it, that he's going,
Oh, sure.
going back and
swinging it side to side.
Yeah, the nunchucks, the smoking nunchucks, the big vicar cap on there with the, blessing people and, making
Mame,
it's just doing the thing with the fingers and the water and stuff. I just kind of miss that. I don't,
I think he probably does that too.
yeah, I just don't like everyone getting so hip and progressive. I like some old school stuff. I don't want, I want Disneyland to be, I want the old Pirates of the Caribbean. I want the ones where the pirates chasing the wench around in a circle. I miss that. I feel like it's old school. It's a casserole.
What this story doesn't say is that documentary. He actually announced that on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, and then they made a documentary out of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the way he released this information.
Interesting.
Well, we have a Banksy painting that has sold, and I will show you the painting and tell you a little bit about it, and you can go ahead and guess what it's sold for.
Did it shred itself?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. You never know with these when they're set to go off. So it's a take on Claude Monet's masterpiece, the Bridge Over a Pond of Water Lilies. And it has that vibe and it has that impressionist vibe, but there's overturned couple of grocery carts in there, a road cone, and it looks a little bit different. This is called Show Me the Monet. That's the name of this piece. And it did sell for quite a bit. I mean, you're really looking at everything I can explain. It's the water lily picture with 2 overturned shopping carts and a road cone.
How do they validate this actually by Banksy? Because I'm going to say this feels a little on the nose. Banksy's a little more clever, a little more interesting. This is like, all right.
Well, for this price, they must have gotten a certificate of authenticity.
$3.7 million.
Okay.
I'll take the over. I'm going to go 4.5.
$9.8 million.
Jesus Christ.
In a 9-minute bidding battle, according to Sotheby's. 9 minutes, it got to almost $10 million.
Must have done all that. All this stuff is now just going off virtually. They're just doing all the bidding over the phone and all the whatever. Evidently, all this, we need to show up and do that, whether it came to pitch meetings or conference meetings or whatever, bidding on cars or paintings. Kind of turns out we didn't need to be there.
Yeah.
No one really needed to be there.
You know what? I've been saying about that for a long time, and now they're finally on board. I've been saying that about doctor's appointments forever. I'm like, are you sure? I can tell you what my symptoms are sitting in my house, in my pajamas with my tea sneezing, or I can go there and sneeze on you and tell you the same thing. Nope, sorry, you got to come in. We don't have an availability till next Thursday. Well, now everyone's doing teledoc, thank God.
Yeah.
Not for gynecologist appointments because that's hard to get the camera in there. But
it seems, well, that's what the selfie stick is for.
That's right.
Just make sure you got the right end of it. Here's the point. Probably 70% of those kinds of questions and visits and things could be done in that sort of teleconferencing kind of way. Obviously, there's a percentage that can't. And for that, people should go in. But imagine how much space and time and equipment and everything we could save. And by the way, how many more people that doctor could see.
Yep.
So, let's if anything good is to come out of this, maybe that would be it. All right, let's do one more, Gina Grad.
All right. So, attention beer drinkers who like their Guinness, but maybe are trying to cut back on being drunk so much of the day. Guinness is known for their dark Irish stout from Dublin. They are launching Guinness 0.0, the company's first alcohol-free beverage, according to Fox News. It's a non-alcoholic Guinness.
These are dark days.
Yeah. That argument is like, do you enjoy being fat? And do you enjoy caring about it?
Oh,
Because when you're fat and drunk, you're fat, but you don't care.
You're happy.
When you're fat and sober, you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just seems lose to me.
Well, you talk about commercials, and it's a good way to sort of see which way the wind is blowing. And before the now alcohol sales have been on the rise since the pandemic, so we kind of have to take the last 7-8 months out of it. But there were so many news stories before that millennials aren't drinking, and that so many of these bespoke alcoholic beverages are being made virgin, and that the younger people aren't buying as much alcohol. That Guinness probably caught wind of this and thought, well, we got to appeal to everybody. We don't want to lose money with the older crowd dying off. So I'm sure it was a business decision with that tracking, but it says it's beautifully smooth, perfectly balanced, dark color of Guinness. It just won't get you buzzed.
I just feel like it's a ton of carbs minus any buzz.
Oh, yes.
I could see buying a can and then filling it with real Guinness and then driving.
Was that their plan?
That's the only plan I would have. Does this sound appealing to anybody? Zero.
No.
0.0.
Recovering alcoholics, maybe?
I guess.
Hair the dog.
Who's the market? Who's the market for this?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's millennials, I'm guessing, because that's who's not buying alcohol.
No, I'm just making a face. I got a puss on. Because I'm picturing just sort of tasting it and going, nothing's happening.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, you'd rather have a chocolate milkshake.
Yeah, I think I would.
Well, there's better options.
I would rather, if I was going to take in those kinds of carbs, I'd definitely whip myself up a nice sarsaparilla milkshake. Sarsaparilla milkshake. I'm telling you, I don't even know if you can do it anymore, but when I was a kid, When I was in high school, there was a place called Swenson's. You guys remember Swenson's?
Yeah.
Swenson's was an ice cream parlor, you know? And the problem with everything now is like, we sell ice cream, but we also sell truck tires, and we also sell batteries, and we also sell taquitos. And it's like, there's something about an ice cream parlor, like a dedicated ice cream parlor. They're not cooking anything up. It's just ice cream. So you are going to get the best. And I used to order, they had something at Swenson's called a Coit Tower. That was like a sundae with the different whatevers on it. I think we would go there very quaintly Friday nights after the football game. It was across from Dupar's in that parking lot in Studio City. And one time or two times I went there and I just ordered a milkshake, and I think I used vanilla ice cream, but I had them flavor it with sarsaparilla.
Ooh.
And so it had this strong root beer taste. And I like a root beer float, but I like the texture of the shake better, of the malt or the shake better. So this was the texture of a milkshake, but tasted like a root beer float. Pretty damn killer.
You're in luck. There's one in San Francisco and one in Midland, Texas.
Ooh, all right. Pack it up. We're going to Midland. Yeah, it probably started in San Francisco. Maybe it was around that Ghirardelli area or something. But anyway, do yourself a favor and get yourself a nice sarsaparilla float. I think they just add the flavor to it. All right, Gina, let's bring it home. I'm drooling.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Gina Grad. That was the news with Gina Grad.